out here at the lake. When you get time to branch away from the city, you get time to branch away from like the environments and things that you once were accustomed to, you are able to think, okay? You're able to think, you're able to reflect on the decisions you've made in your past. And for me, I've realized like we do it to ourselves. All right, you can see backdrop back there. It's a little lake back there. You can see the water back there. I've realized that we do it to ourselves. I sit here and I think about the people that I've had in place in my life. Like a lot of times we focus on the negative, we focus on the things we didn't have. But sometimes you gotta focus on the things that you did have. And a lot of the times I've realized and understood that we do it to ourselves. We do it to ourselves. Give you an example. This girl that I met, I'm thinking about this right now at this very moment. I met this girl a while back, and she was very smart, educated. She liked to work out, she wanted to read, but she was willing to do all these things with me, to get ahead, to succeed. Sometimes the things that we aren't accustomed to, we aren't aware when these things that can also better us and better our circumstances, we don't notice it. We really don't know. And I'm here to say sometimes you have to own up and realize like some of the mistakes you've made. Some of the mistakes you made are nobody's fault but yours. All right? Some of the mistakes you made are nobody's fault but yours. And you gotta be aware of that. See, I understand that a lot. A lot of these mistakes that we make, we do it to ourselves. I'm just sitting here thinking about that. You need people around you. You need a team around you that's willing to move in the same direction. But until you find that team to move in the same direction, until you find those people around you to move in that same direction, you got to do it on your own. But you also have to make a few sacrifices. You have to lessen yourself a little bit. You got to, it can't always be about you. You can't always put yourself first. You have to put yourself first in order to get ahead a little bit. But sometimes to take yourself further than what you expected, sometimes for your life to get better, your money, your finances, resources, whatever it is, for you to go further in life, you need a team around you. You need a team around you. And honestly, I'm just saying we do it to ourselves sometimes. We do it to ourselves. Like, I don't know if I'm explaining or articulating this video as best as possible, but sometimes those opportunities be right there in your face. Sometimes those things that are good in your life are right there in your face, and you're looking over this way like, man, but I want that. Whole time everybody's looking at what you got with a specific person. It's just like, nah, it's right there. Nah, what you got is right there. And we just kind of mess that up from time to time. But it's all right, though. It's all right. Things will get better. Things will change for the better. There's nothing wrong with that. There's nothing wrong with that at all. Nothing wrong with that at all. And it's crazy, though. For me, I think a lot of times when people realize their mistake is when they realize like the circumstance, the situation, the opportunity you had, once it gets better, once it grows past what you could see, then you realize like, man, I really did make a mistake. And yeah, you probably did. But most of the time, it's too late by then. You have to see things through. You have to see the future of what things can be. Do some research, knowledge, background study, whatever you got to do, and see it through. A lot of times we jump ship as soon as things get bad, and we just call it quits. It's not the way it's supposed to be. Definitely not the way it's supposed to be. You have to see it through. You have to see it through, but that's the part of where sitting down, planning, writing and reading, figuring out the direction you want to go for your life, that's where a lot of that stuff matters. It's where those things truly, truly matter. That's where things truly matter. So, it just takes time. It just takes time. We make a lot of mistakes in life. We make a lot of mistakes in life. But those learning experiences is how you better the future you. It's how you better the future you. See, I honestly feel like that's why it's important to branch away. It's important to get outside. It's important to hit the lake. It's important to get out in nature, get away from all the noise, society, technology, whatever. And find yourself in a place where it's just you, your thoughts, and you just kind of just work through it. So once you work through it, once you get your thoughts and stuff in order, you can start pinpointing the areas in your life where you made a mistake. You can start pinpointing the areas in your life where you went wrong. And you just grow, and you just go from there. And it gets easy. Sometimes it gets so easy that you don't even realize you're doing it. So it's like you can lose a sense of purpose or direction on where you're going. But that goes back to the time, or that goes back to the beginning of the video when I was saying you do it to yourself. The choices, the actions, the repercussions, the consequences, the success, everything happens because of you. You just got to learn to make some changes in your life.